Welcome everyone, it is Andrew from ITB. The dock case is a bit of a curious proposition here. It is part a protective sleeve for your MacBook, whether the 13 or 15 inch MacBook Pro with USB-C, and it's part USB-C hub, something that a lot of people sporting the new MacBook would often carry around. So saying there's two things, brought them together into one super device, aiming to be like the one thing that you need to carry around. It has a lot of great pros, but there are still a few cons to consider with this really interesting device. Inside of the box itself, you will find the dock case, which is very important to contain in this. You also have a USB-C cable, and then of course you just have a little getting started instruction manual, basically letting you know what kind of ports are on here and what you can expect. The sleeve itself is really high quality. I was very surprised. It has a really good tactile feel to it. It's really nice and soft. Of course, the big news here is all the ports along the bottom of the dock case. It is all crafted out of aluminum, and there are a whole lot of different ports here. You also have one extra USB-C port on the side, which is what connects the dock case to your MacBook Pro. Let's go through the ports really quick. First up, we have Gigabit Ethernet and HDMI. HDMI will support 4K at 30 Hz and even at 1080p at 60 Hz. Two USB-C ports, one that's a USB 3.1 port with up to 5 gigabits of data, and the other one is USB PD for charging purposes. Then we have three USB 3.0 ports, which is 480 megabit, and an SD and a micro SD card slot. So quite an array of ports, and honestly, these are the ones you need. I mean, Ethernet, HDMI, there's none of that display port that a lot of the other ones have. Like, these are like important ports that people are pretty much going to use just on the regular. And as far as protection goes, it does a really good job. Along the top, we have that, I don't know what you want to call it, flap that keeps this closed, and that is held closed by a bunch of magnets, which is handy. You don't have any Velcro or weird stuff like that holding it down. Inside, it is very nice and plush, all that microfiber lining to protect your machine. The edges are kind of sewn in a way that also kind of offers some bump protection. So as if you would ever drop this, it's going to offer some protection along the edges of this case as well, which is going to be good if you would ever drop it. Of course, you have to consider if you drop it bottom side down, you're literally dropping it on your dock with the weight of your MacBook above it, which may not be a good thing. Also on the inside, we have a little channel that's put in there, another piece of leather you can actually slide that USB-C cable into, which is really what it's about. Is one device. It's got that hub, it's got your cables, it's got your MacBook all in here, all together. So it's really nice that they thought about that, though of course there's no real way to put your charging cable if you want to take your actual power adapter. In use, this works really well. I kind of love how this works. You get somewhere, whether it's home or the office, you slide your laptop out of the sleeve and you just set it on top. You plug in the USB-C cable to the back of the dock case, and then the other side into your laptop itself. That's it, you're good to go, you're powered up. There's pass-through charging on this guy, there's Ethernet, HDMI, anything out, so you could use this with an external monitor super easily. Photographers like me, this is great for in the field because you can go ahead and take this out, set it on top of something so it protects the bottom of your laptop, but you have all that expanded I/O, like that SD card, which is something that I absolutely need every single day. Are there ports that I'm missing? Yeah, maybe I could use maybe one more USB-C port. As I'm moving stuff more and more to USB-C, I need less USB-A and more USB-C, so more of those would be appreciated. Or if the USB-A ports, they were above USB 3, maybe USB 3.1 to give me some extra speed on those drives. You know, they're aiming at a lot of pros here, and I need some super fast I/O, whether it's Thunderbolt or just USB 3.1 with USB-C. The other thing I noticed is if you want to put this into a bag, it may be a bit tight. Any ones that are vertical, it'll probably fit fine, but things that are horizontal, like my Peak Messenger bag, it was definitely too tight to fit into the pocket itself, so I kind of just need to carry it by its own. Overall, the dock case is a really creative solution to a common problem. If you'd like to pick one up, you can find it below in the link in the description. Otherwise, subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Till next time, it's Andrew for ITB.